far as I can see, Chensu has a little problem with the connection from, yeah, now it works. Okay, it's done. Okay. Yeah, so let's continue. Yeah, and thank you to Lee. Sometimes I don't see the counter, yeah, then could be that the session is gone and I didn't make the break. Yeah, but if it's like this and I don't see it, and you can then make your 5 minutes break, and then we will then restart. Yeah, so if it was too late to say something, it's like this. Yeah, I'm sorry for that, but sometimes it's like this. We sometimes it's like this, that I'm so concentrated and I'm speaking and speaking, and I don't see the counter running. Sorry for that. Okay. Yeah. So let's continue. Yeah. So I think the interesting part here, if you speak about a digital marketing funnel, it's here completed with useful tools. Yeah, so you see it, the picture of Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Yeah. Um, these are possibilities to get a first overview, to get first information. Yeah, SEO. Yeah, so this is the search engine organization. So it's yeah, something that is from Google or from Yahoo. Yeah, or you have your own search engine. I think your search engine isn't that Baidu in China?
Yeah, exactly.
Baidu, yeah. So it's also a well-known and really good company, and yeah, so they are nearly on one level with Google. Yeah, so they're really good. Yeah, and have many people who use that. Google is closed. Yeah, Google is closed in China due to differences with. Yeah, so they say, Google say we don't work with countries where yeah, there's the politics like that. But as far as I know, Google and the Chinese government, they are in contact, and so they find out how to use Google in China. Yeah, so
You can,
yes.
I mean, there's Google moved its server from China mainland to Hong Kong, so you can still get connection to Google Hong Kong, but
Yes, yes.
as you know,
Mm-hmm.
Google don't want to follow the Chinese law. According to our law, as a company, you can't give all the information people search. For
Okay.
example, according to Chinese law, there shouldn't be anything connected to phone. So
Mm-hmm.
if you
Mm-hmm.
search it in Baidu, no result, no official result. You can't, like in that's also the problem for Facebook and Twitter.
Yes. Yes,
And I believe this Chinese laws is in order to protect the children, but they don't have a solution, so they just banned all these things.
yes, it's correct. Also here we should be should be helped because of Facebook
Yeah,
sometimes.
you know,
Yeah, the same with Twitter. Twitter is also changing its politics. So
yeah.
they don't want to accept political fakes. Yeah, so there has been a confrontation between and so Twitter closed a command from Trump because they said it's a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that. I saw that.
yeah. So it was a little bit funny, yeah. But Trump is lying all the time, yeah. So I, it's I could say. Uh, if he's something that is right, that is right, yeah, then you can count that with 5 fingers, yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, so his image is not very good, yeah, and yes, and Twitter, yeah, has come into conflict with Trump. So we have to see when it's like this, that in November there will be the election of the new president in the United
Yeah.
States. Um, uh, I don't know how it will work. You saw the video last was on Tuesday, yeah. So the problem is that I don't know if the kind of manipulation through social media will be stopped. Yeah.
You
So
know,
it was in
I
some.
will tell you a story that's happened in 2016.
Yes,
When
2016.
the Trump before the Trump wins the selection, we already know he will win. He will win Hillary Clinton. Why? Because in China, there's a place with the name Yiwu.
Yeah.
They made selection product here for American.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? They sell Trump's product 9 times more than Hillary Clinton's.
Yeah.
And which means the people who support Trump, the number of people who support Trump maybe also 9 times more than Hillary Clinton.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That,
Correct.
and so we draw the conclusion before the result comes, Trump will win. And I didn't see the latest data from that city. So we will see it. We will see it maybe next month or
Okay.
especially in the next 3 months, things will change.
Okay. Oh, sounds interesting. Yeah, and so Trump has another problem. So he had a consultant. His name is Bolton,
Yeah.
and Bolton came out with a new book. Yes, and a book about Trump. And there's one part in the book that Trump was asking Xi Jinping for help to gain to gain the election again. Yeah. And this is something that is not allowed in the US. Yeah, and this was also the reason for the trouble with the Ukraine. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he asked there too. So but he was still. I don't know. There was. there has been a discussion in the Congress, but in the end, the Republicans had had a better vote, had a better vote than the Democrats, and so he was then still having his position. But yeah, so with the question to Xi Jinping, that was not very very good for Trump, because now it's in a book, and normally there should be um, another vote in the Congress against Trump. Yeah, so we will see how that works. Yeah. So yeah, so I think you can think about the possibilities you have in China. So there's no Facebook, so and there's no SEO from Google, so there's possibly Baidu. Yeah, there's possibly I don't know the name of the
Weibo.
Chinese Facebook. What's the
Weibo.
yes? So it's also, I would say, it's on the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then there's a tool. It's called Lead Pages. Yeah. It's the landing page organization. So this is a possibility where you can lead um, from the advertising to to the landing page or directly to the product. Yeah, so there must be a tool. I don't know it exactly what that is, but it must help. Yeah. So content marketing, we talked about that. So you get then information about the product and a little story about that and whatever. Yeah. So website optimization. Yeah. So this can um, um, this can be could be much can be many possibilities, many possibilities. So but the website optimization, for example, is you sit in the front of your computer and you have your look on the dashboard, yeah, and you will then wear special glasses, and these glasses follow your eye lenses, yeah. So you can optimize then the dashboard when you can see how the person is looking for the information, what is the person is doing, and then you can optimize the page, yeah, and so you will gain faster access to information because you possibly look on the left on the right side of your dashboard and a little bit upside, so it's good to have an information there. Yeah. And I know that there are some studies, and it's 1-2 years ago that I made a check with glasses like that. Yeah, so it's interesting to have that. So email marketing, Mailchimp. I think we talked about that. These are mail tools, and there are little program tools with it when you send an email that gives the information when the email has been opened, how long it was opened, and whatever. Yes, and then you can see if an email is valid or is there's possibly an interest. Yeah. So they call it prospects. Yeah. So it's nearly like a prospect. Yeah, conversion. So this is yeah, this brings you to the sale, yes, and yeah, on the last level, and it's in combination with loyalty, yeah, you will then get more or a specialized offer, you can say, yeah, it's then better for you. So, and then social media optimization. There's also Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so yeah. So it brings you to the buying session, and then you will buy this product. Yeah. Yeah, you can see if you see this marketing funnel here, and the classic way. So you find then the possibilities you have in a digital marketing funnel, and uh, how it makes sense uh, um, to support every step. And then this brings you to the buying session. And yeah, it's these are tools to open the end of a marketing funnel. Yeah, so in the end, it will become more open. Yeah, it's not closed like this one, or nearly closed. It's more open. Yeah? And this is the digital marketing funnel. Okay, next step. There's a theory, and it's called the arena of communication. So it's the intention here is to understand communication, and so this is the meaning of this arena of communication. So I think you know the word participant. Can you say what that is? What is a participant? Who has the answer? You can write it in the chat if you want. But don't look in your phones. Yeah? So I hope you know it. What is a participant?
It means joining.
Yes, but what's he doing? Let's take Lee Eisen as a participant. So the idea is that we talk together. Yeah. So I tell you something, you tell me something. Yeah. And
Okay.
I give you my information, you give me my information. So we are both participants. Yeah. So another word, recipient. Yeah, great, Chen. Yes, that's it. Yeah. So what is a recipient? Who can tell me what that is?
Recipient.
Any idea? Okay, got an answer. Someone get the information. That's correct. Very good. Yes. And this is the difference we have. And these are important words for you to know. Yeah, when you want to work in a marketing marketing company, for example, yeah, then you have to know what that is. It's a word that it's always used, yeah, there. Yeah, so the recipient is somebody who's talking to others, and the others give a feedback, direct feedback. Yeah, and if you are recipient, you only hear to the other one. Yeah, you don't make a feedback. You only hear and you consume. Yeah, you consume the information. Yeah, so it's good for you to know these two words and to have the interpretation of that. So I put it here because we will use it here in the arena of communication. So the goal is to contextualize the understanding of communication as social activity, which produces or reproduces and changes structures in a next step on different levels in the public. Yeah, there are different levels. Yeah, so if I talk to Lee, for example, it's in the public, it's not the problem. So if we have a course and I talk to you, it's also a level. Yeah, so it's a different level to speak free. Yeah, so we have a structure. Yeah. And this makes a difference. Yeah, and so the arena of communication, it tries to explain these levels of communication, and in the end, you will see that it's a bit too classic, because now we have the internet, and the internet is changing the situation, yeah, of communication. Yeah, and this is the idea of the arena of communication. So let's talk about it. You have different levels of public, and so only a part of the information will jump to the next level. Yeah. So the problem is, if you talk to somebody, and he will then talk to other people and try to explain the same, it will not be the same. Yeah. So you will possibly use some information, or you will make your own interpretation of that what I said. Yeah, and so this is changing the information from level to level. Yeah, so this is one part of that. So Neidhardt here, so this is the one who made the theory in 1990. So I only found it in German. Yeah, so I made the uh, I try to explain it in English. Yeah? Um, so you have levels of public. Yeah, there can be many people that talk together, and then there's a new level, and so this is what we have. So the different levels. So we will then talk about three levels. So first, there is the encounter public. So it's a public communication. It takes partly place in a spontaneous way. Yeah. So when I meet Chen Su in the cafeteria, we speak together. It would be a typical encounter public situation. Yeah. We would speak spontaneous. We will not have any reason to ask the other. could be that it will become it will come during we talk, but first it's spontaneous. Yeah, it's spontaneous, unorganized communication between heterogeneous subjects. Yeah, this is the encounter public. The second is issues or meetings of the public. So here we have a public communication, but it takes place in a frame of an issue-centered interaction. So this is organized, yeah, and it's not free, so it's partly organized, and people takes place possibly on events in a company, and so there is a reason to talk together, yeah. And this is the issues or meetings of the publics. Public communication takes place in a frame of an issue-centered interaction or bargaining system, possibly on events or inside companies. The public can be generated spontaneously or can own a high organization rate. So it could be that I will meet Chen Su when I walk to the cafeteria, or she comes back and we speak spontaneously. But we both work there. You know, there is a bit that we can say we are homogene in some way. Yeah, so we are not completely heterogene subjects. Yeah, because this would be outside. Yeah, it could be that we don't know the other. We speak, and yeah, then we will find out. Okay, we have possibly the same interest, but it's spontaneous. Here, when we speak about issue-centered interaction, it takes place in an organized public surrounding. Yeah. So the public can be generated spontaneously or can own a high organization rate. Yeah, it could be that we will have a meeting, yeah, and then we have a high organization rate. So the public media. Yes, public communication takes place permanently by media. So the creating and publishing will be made by those journalists. Yeah, so if you are reading your newspaper, this is something that is permanently made by media. Yeah, so it has an influence level, and it's completely organized. It's these are news. Yeah, it's describes the situation of the country, of the world, whatever. But there is somebody who created the text for you. Yeah. So this is then the second level. Yeah. It's a kind of influencing in that. Yeah. And this is a difference. Yeah. So if you have an encounter public, there's no influence because it's spontaneous. It can come possibly, yeah, but it's not the intention. Yeah. The second is, so it could be that there is an influencing of the people, and the third is this is somebody that has been professionally prepared and then brought to the people. So these are the three levels. So on these levels, interactions are taking place, forums of public communication, which come together because of special issues and which will exist less or more time depending on these issues. These forms of communication can be understood as an arena. A public will become an arena of communication, where speakers will appear while the audience takes place in the surrounding gallery. Yeah, so there's a speaker or some more speakers, and they speak to the audience. And this is what we call an arena. Yeah. For example, we have political discussions. Yeah, and there's one moderator, and there are 4 speakers or 4 people, and they have their experience, and they talk together they discuss together. Yeah, and outside there's a public. Yeah, there are people. They sit there and they hear what they say. So these are recipients. Yeah, and they hear what the others say. And this is makes the arena of communication. Yeah? So in the arena, so in the middle part, there's a low number of actors. But the number of participants in the gallery can be much higher. Yeah? Or the recipients could be, yeah, with a potential for more. Yeah, so it's up to you how to organize that. Can be a small number of participants, but it also can be a bigger number of people, and then they're here to the people, to the others. So the success of the communications depends from the participants on the gallery. So here the meaning is what these people hear, or what the interpretation is, yeah, that comes up during the discussion. Yeah, this is making the quality of the communication. It can be successful or not. Yeah, the people are convinced, they are for the result, or they are against the result. So only issues which will interest the audience will make their way from the level of the gallery to the media public. Yeah? Only issues which will interest the audience. So the others will fall down. They will not be used. Yeah? And so the items or the issues that are discussed in this arena communication will then be selected. Interest, less interested, and then it will make the part to the people. So we have 5 minutes to go. So before coming to the next page, I would like to make the break here. So we have 2:45 my time. So yours should be 6 hours later. So you have 8 o'clock 42. So we will see us at 8 o'clock 50. Yeah. So we will see us then, and then we will have our last session. And I think we will make this. We finish this arena of communication, and then that will be for the day. Yeah, that will be all for the day. Yeah. So see you in 7 minutes. Yeah. So 50. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.
See you later.
See you later.